So would you guys like to introduce yourself?
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, after you.
Okay, I'm never good at introductions, but my name is Chioko Grievous. And I contacted you.
Yes, you did.
I'm your guest. And I am one of the founders, along with Jessica, of the Sacramento Black Women's Health and Wellness Conference.
Okay.
And so we started this conference. We started planning a couple years ago, but our first one was last summer.
Okay.
And we are just really in the business of for Black women to have optimal health and health access and equity and just really wanting to partner women with practitioners that look like them and who understand them in order to achieve optimal health.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a health.
Yes, it's a health and wellness conference.
Okay. So you said this is your second annual, right?
Yes, it's our second annual.
Okay, so how was the last one attended?
It was great. So I don't mean to do this, but it was.
Hey, sometimes you got to do that, you know?
Right.
It's allowed.
The first one was great. We were really pleased with the results of the conference. So we had over 125 women attend.
Wow.
And it was at UC Davis Education Building.
Okay.
And so we had a phenomenal keynote speaker, Alondra Thompson. She's a licensed clinical social worker, and everyone loved her. We had workshops. We had a yoga demonstration. The women were treated to breakfast and lunch. So it was an all-day event, and it was just great. And so we focused last year on mental health because we've talked about this as a group, is that we are suffering from depression and anxiety at higher rates than our counterparts, our white women counterparts.
Right.
And so we're not likely, or we're not, usually we just don't access mental health services for ourselves.
Right.
So if we're having a problem getting physical health services, we're definitely not accessing mental health services.
Right.
And so none of us some of us go, but most of us do not go to therapy sessions. We believe that we don't need that. We got to keep moving. We have things to do. Give it to Jesus. We're going to pray about it, which is all great and good, but sometimes there's a little bit extra that we need. So the conference last year was really, really, really successful.
So what was the takeaway from last year's conference? What do you feel like was accomplished during that conference?
I think what was accomplished was women seeing these practitioners that were Black women and who could identify. So a lot of our workshop presenters and keynote stayed around and was able to answer questions, to give information about their practices. We had a OBGYN was there and discussing what are some things you ask when you go in for your annual exam. How often do you take an exam? Some people were like, every 10 years. I was like, no, you don't do that. So I think that was a takeaway for me, and just bringing women together in a setting to talk about health. So that was my takeaway.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you guys focusing on this year for this conference?
So this year we're focusing on healing invisible scars. So it mostly focuses on heart health. So we wanted to talk about, we kind of did it in order. We did mental health, and now we're doing heart health. And that basically we're talking about things like relationship trauma and dynamics, also to cardiovascular disease and prevention of cardiovascular disease. Also to self-care, how to deal with microaggressions, because unfortunately with Black women, we tend to have the stereotype that we are the strong ones, and we are enduring a lot of stress on a regular basis, which raises our cortisol levels. And it can cause us to have things such as infant mortality. In Sacramento alone, we have the highest rate of infant mortality. And a lot of researchers were looking at why is that? Because there will be middle-class African or Black women who will have the same type of care, prenatal care, postnatal care, do everything right, and still be at high risk for infant mortality. And what the research is showing is that it's because of our stress levels are high. We have these high cortisol levels, so we're having babies who are stressed. And it's basically because we're having to deal with all of these microaggressions, being the burden warrior of our families, putting everybody before us. And so this year we wanted to focus on heart health. And also, too, with that, we noticed that women in the ages of 30 to 35 are having high risk of heart disease, like having strokes. And that's unacceptable for women that young to be at high risk of stroke. So that's why we also wanted to talk about heart health. So we also have a workshop on self-care. So how to do some breathing exercises or how to just manage self-care and put yourself first. And then the last workshop will be on adverse childhood effects. And so looking at family dynamics and how we cope with stress, how we learn how to cope with stress, and thinking about those things as we continue to go on and how we pass those coping mechanisms down to our children as well. And then we'll be doing a very fun fierce funk hip hop activity, which will basically be a cardiovascular
Zumba or something.
Yeah, but it's hip hop focused. So it's a good way to get heart health going. We did that last year with mental health. We had a yoga demonstration just to show breathing exercise and get women more into doing yoga. And so we want to make sure that every conference we have some type of physical activity to kind of put everything into perspective.
Yeah, yoga is cool. And I know that some people, especially out there, they kind of mix it up like, religious thing, like, they're trying to, it's the devil, it's like, something, but yoga is really cool,
It is, absolutely. I practice yoga, and it's so funny. I think what last year we were doing is I really wanted a yogi to be there and to do yoga, because we don't think that is something that's attainable to us. Sometimes it's very expensive to do it. And, if you go into a studio, you're the only one. And then if you're curvier, you're definitely, it's like a unicorn. I walked in and I'm like this little black unicorn, and people are like, can I help you? Do you need my assistant? So, it's hard. It's hard to access it sometimes. And so we wanted to show ways that you can do it by yourself. And a lot of it is meditation. And, we're taught in the church about meditation. You meditate on the word, right? So it's interesting explaining yoga to people who are like, don't give me any of that chanting stuff. I don't know who I'm chanting to. But
I don't want that juju.
Well, I met there's a black lady that's local. I think her name is Rhonda. I forgot her last name, but she does the spiritual yoga.
Oh, she reached out to us.
She did.
Yes, Rhonda, if you're listening, we're hoping to have you.
There you go.
That name sounds familiar. She sure does.
Yeah, and then there's another yoga person. She does sound yoga. She's up the street.
Okay.
It's a sister. She's Hug Life.
Hug Life, yes.
Hug Life. We had her on last time.
Her and I are Instagram friends.
Yes. So give her. Yeah. She does
the. Neva.
There you go.
I know. It's like,
I'm gonna see you this year.
So there's more. I think there's more black people are getting into it.
Yes.
Because it is very beneficial, and like you said, it helps with that stress level. Because like you said, women do carry a lot of. And I was talking to somebody. We was online, and they was talking about it was this feminism discussion we was having. I forgot what it was about. It was and the person, we was going back and forth and talking about the wealth disparity.
Oh, yes.
With women, right?
Yeah.
And then, because I think she said something like, but still, there's a wealth disparity with women, like they get paid less. I was like, yeah, there is. But then as compared to, black men, which really don't get the job. So it's like, you could be zero pay or less pay, for the women. And then that's why a lot of women, they get the jobs and they have to support the whole family. And then the guys, they be hustling, trying to get money in. And so you have stress on both ends.
Absolutely. I think for black men, unfortunately, even though you do have the privilege of being a man, if you commit a crime or you make a mistake in your life, unlike white men, you cannot recover from it.
Oh, you just look aggressive.
When
you walk into the interview room, and you can see it on their face, it's like, I don't know, and if you even get past the resume stage.
Yes.
So when is the conference and where is it held at?
It's August 12th.
Okay, August 12th.
From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the UC Davis Education Building. So in the Med Center, basically, we just can't say Med Center. But they have an education building in Sacramento where the conference will be held at.
Okay.
And we'll be having Courtney Dempsey from Good Day Sacramento. She'll be hosting.
Okay.
We'll have Alondra Thompson. She's going to be our panel moderator. And so we have a lot of great people that are going to be there this year. Last year, we had Mariana Sosa. She hosted last year, so shout out to her. It was she was amazing.
She's great.
Yes.
Yeah, she's great.
And then we had just a lot of we're going to have a lot of local vendors as well, too. So with our conference, which makes it a little bit different from others, is that we have vendors that are going to be there that are they focus on health issues.
Okay.
We don't allow them to sell anything because we want people to come in and feel relaxed and focused. So there won't be any dashikis or body butter. Sorry, ladies, it's not going to be there.
No shea butter.
No shea butter. Black soap. Come on. Right. They're not going to be no mixtapes.
Wait. We have black soap right here at Underground Book. Y'all can buy your black soap right here.
Right here.
So when you come, it is literally for a person to come in, relax and focus. We do offer catered lunch and breakfast and lunch and swag bags, all for the good price of $35. We're giving our participants so much. So that's what sets us apart. And we also are focusing on health issues. So the topics are they're picked for a certain reason. So a person can come in and they're going to know exactly what they're going to get. Yeah. So yes.
Okay, that sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I know.
So August 12th, and that's a Saturday, right?
Yes.
And now how can they get in contact with you?
We have our website. It's SBWHWC. .org.
Oh, she got me.
Wait, I have a flyer.
Yes, we have flyers.
Okay.
But if you just type in Sacramento Black Women's Health and Wellness Conference.
Oh, okay.
It's the acronym. For that.
All right. No, that was great.
Yes.
Do it again one more time and do it slow.
So it's SBH. Wait, hold on. Sacramento Black Women's. Sorry. SBWHWC.org. Yeah.
All right.
And you can find this. Oh, thank you. Here we go. Wait a minute. Where's it at? Here we go. Okay. So, SBWHWC.org. Okay. And you can find us on Facebook. It's Sacramento Black Women's Health and Wellness Conference as well. Also, too, the first 50 participants to buy tickets will get a free T-shirt from us, and the first 10 will get a free book from one of our workshop presenters on self-care. So we're trying to give a lot. I think Chiyoko made a really good point about what we took away from last year's conference was really a sisterhood. I think sometimes when you go to conference, you feel kind of pressure to be dressed up all nice and look your best and show out. But this one is literally for everyday women to come together, have a good time. We also want women to come comfortably dressed because we are going to be doing that physical activity. So don't come out with your high heels. Last year we had a lot of women that were dressed beautifully to impress. And we were like, so we're doing an activity. So yes, we want women to come as they are from all walks of life.
Socks and
yes.
Come comfortable.
Come with your scarf. I don't care.
Right.
Okay, very good.
And Chiyoko's always modest about this, but she is a public health professional. So when we put together this conference, we're literally coming from an expertise. It's not just something that we just decided to do as a hobby. It's literally something that we are both passionate in our careers. We both work in public health. And so we noticed that we are still suffering disparities that we suffered 30-something years ago. And it's unacceptable. And our mission is to combat those. And so the first one is to empower women, especially Black women. And all women are welcome to come to the conference, just putting that out there. Okay. But we will be talking about issues that pertain to Black women. Okay. So our purpose, but you can come. Just don't come with the All Lives Matter stuff. But anyways, sorry. I hope y'all don't lose followers on this show. Definitely don't come with the all gender matter. You will be escorted. Right? Like, men need help as well. And you guys do.
People like, what's up with this bathroom?
Right. But yes, so yes, we focus on women. Y'all are silly. We focus on Black women and to empower them to put their health and empower ourselves as Black women, because we could also both do a lot as well. So we want to empower people to put their health first. Yeah.
I know, like Jessica was saying, that we are very, very passionate. I know for me, I came to Jessica a few summers ago, and I just had like this thought, because, my grandma, she passed at 62, and she had all these chronic, diseases. So hypertension, she had renal failure, diabetes at 62 years old. And my mom is 60 now. And so that's 2 years, away. And so my grandmother, upper middle class and healthcare, but just the equity and her doctors just not knowing, like, she'd get all this advice and, not treating her diabetes and, just not taking care of herself. And so I really wanted to do something that would honor her, and she would be so happy because she loved being around people and loved discussing things and stuff like that. So I'm really, really proud of the work that Jessica and I have been doing. And it means so much to me it meant so much to me when I saw all those women out there, just there.
So how many showed up last time?
A 125, about 125.
Wow.
Yeah. So
excellent.
So when we first started Jessica, I was like, no, we're going to get like 500 people. And Jessica's like, well, girl, we should be happy with 50. And I was like, no, we got to shoot for the moon. So we were really, really proud of the 125.
Overly optimistic.
I am overly optimistic.
So that's the second annual Sacramento Black Women's Health and Wellness Conference.
Yes.
And it's going to be on Saturday, August 12th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You guys get in contact. Let me give you, is there a phone number?
Yes, and there's actually an email address on there too.
There's an email address. Okay, the email address is SBWHWC@gmail.com. I'm going to say it one more time. SBWHWC@gmail.com. And it's $30 per person for
35.
Okay.
After my birthday.
Okay.
Now, the price
Okay, $35 for late. Okay, 35. Tray 5.
Yes. And we do have a phone number, so you can also contact us if you have questions. The phone number is 916-538-0725. Again, that's 916-538-0725.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, very cool.
All right.
We're really happy that you had us.
We're happy that you